In this video, I will be talking about the five center back options that Barcelona will be heading for or will be going for this summer. And I'll also be talking about a little secret that Barcelona are kind of hiding from us and not a lot of fans have noticed. If you do enjoy the video, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. So let's just get straight to it. Yesterday, this news breakout. Bastoni had an agreement with Barcelona, but after talks between Deco and Hansi Flick, Flick decided to look for another defender with different qualities. If you look at this on the surface level, it looks normal. Barcelona wanted to go for Bastoni, and then they changed mind. But it's actually much deeper than that, and it's much deeper because of these two players. A month ago, we all knew that Barcelona wanted a center back, a striker, and a backup left winger. The talks was Julian Alvarez, Bastoni, and most likely Rashford. There was also talks about Leao, but it was Rashford, Bastoni, and Alvarez. As you can see, Bastoni had an agreement with Barcelona. Hansi Flick, Deco was very happy. They wanted him. Bastoni wanted Barcelona. It was all good. And Barcelona wanted Julian Alvarez. But then the Bastoni talks, it kind of died down. We didn't really hear anything new. Barcelona already agreed, but there was no talks between the clubs. We knew that Inter wanted around 70, 80 million for Bastoni, so the talks died down. And suddenly, out of nowhere, Barcelona are suddenly interested in this guy, João Pedro. I mean, that was weird. What happened to Julian Alvarez? I mean, if we'll go for João Pedro, then surely we won't go for Alvarez. So then the João Pedro talks came out. I wasn't too keen on it. He's kind of experienced, but not really. He's not really a goal scorer. So Deco, he went to the FA Cup final between Chelsea and City. He went there, he watched them play, and apparently reports said that he left after an hour shaking his head. He wasn't impressed with João Pedro, he wasn't impressed with his performance, so he didn't want him anyway. And then the João Pedro talks died down, and then we went back to Julian Alvarez these last 2 days. And then, after going back to Julian Alvarez, this deal broke. It didn't happen. But before, when we were going for João Pedro, when the interest was João Pedro, this was still ongoing. And then suddenly, when we don't want João Pedro anymore, and it's back to Julian Alvarez, Bastoni deal is done. And it says here that Hansi Flick decided to look for another defender with different qualities. That's cap. That's just cap. That's Barcelona saying we don't want to pay for Bastoni and Julian Alvarez at the same time. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. But they have to give this. They have to give this PR answers with saying whether we don't want Bastoni because we want different qualities. That's cap. That's cap. Barcelona want Bastoni. If they could choose, they would choose Bastoni. But they don't want to pay for Bastoni and Alvarez. But they rather want Alvarez than Bastoni. And not a lot of Barca fans have noticed that. So I think that's very interesting. But let's just go back to the five center back options that Barcelona will be going for, since they won't be going for Bastoni. And the first option is Mickey van de Ven from Tottenham Hotspur. And Mickey van de Ven was signed by Ange Postecoglou. And Ange Postecoglou basically plays the exact same way as Hansi Flick. High line for life. High line for life. That's Ange and Hansi Flick. They have the exact same system. And Mickey van de Ven was the best center back in that team. He fits the system perfectly. He's so fast. He's one of the quickest players in Premier League history. So he really fits the system. But the problem with Mickey van de Ven is he's always injured. He's so injury prone. And we can't have that option. And I don't want Mickey van de Ven to get injured and then play going back to Jared Martin, because we know with Jared Martin, it won't work out. It just wouldn't work out. It wouldn't work, especially with Jared Martin, with Kubasi. We need the leader. We need Van de Ven, who's experienced. I'm not even sure, he's 25, 26 years old. He's got the experience and he fits the system. But the problem is he's too injury prone. And if Spurs do go down, then the price for Mickey van de Ven will go much lower. And then I do think that Mickey van de Ven or the next guy will be a very targeted option for FC Barcelona. But if they do stay up, then the price could be around 50, 60, 70 million, a bit lower than Bastoni. And the same goes with this guy, Christian Romero. The thing with Romero is defensively, he's very good. He's got the Bozo genes. He's got the Bozo genes of Arujo, where he'll pick up a red card. And I can just see, if we do sign this guy, in a Champions League semi-final, quarter-final, this guy will pick up a red card. He's not reliable. He's not reliable at all. He's a very good center back, but he's not reliable. And I don't want a player like Romero playing for FC Barcelona. I've already got PTSD from the agent and past years with other center back. I don't even want to mention the situations that happened, but I don't want to go for Romero. He can be an option, especially if Tottenham do go down, but then I would rather Mickey van de Ven. The third option, which Barcelona could go for, is Schlotterbeck, and I think this is the best one we could go for. These are the three pricey players. There are two other players who will be a bit cheaper. Schlotterbeck is probably the best option. He's not injury prone. He's quick, and his passes. He's got very good breakthrough line breaking passes. He fits the system. He knows how Hansi Flick plays. He was in the German national team when Hansi Flick was the manager, so he knows the play. He knows the play style. He knows the manager. I think he'll fit right in, and he's experienced. I mean, he's a captain for Dortmund. He's 26 years old. I think he's a very good fit for Barcelona. And if there's someone we could go for who's not Bastoni, I think Schlotterbeck is the best option. Then there's Sensei. Senesi, sorry, Sensei. Then there's Senesi from Bournemouth. And what a season Bournemouth has had. I mean, they're one game away from Champions League. But let's just talk about Senesi. Could this guy come in and be the starting center back for Barcelona? I don't really see it. You could give the argument that last season when Barcelona came in for Inigo Martinez, that we wouldn't expect Inigo Martinez to suddenly come in and be a world-class center back. And the same could be for Senesi. But I can't see Senesi coming in. I mean, if we go for Senesi or the last guy, Murillo, then I'll be very disappointed in this team. I could honestly see it happening. I could see a Barcelona go for Julian Alvarez up top and then go for a player like Senesi, Murillo, someone who's, 20, 30 million, and then Rashford. And that's very disappointing because I will make a video on our transfer market last season in our season review. So if this happened, and especially with Barcelona coming out and saying that we're back to our 101 transfer window, that would be ridiculous. But back to Senesi. Senesi is really good. He's 29 years old, Argentinian, but I don't think he'll be a starter. And the same with this guy, Murillo. He's a rotation player. He's 23 years old. He's got the potential, but with Murillo, he's not experienced. We need an experienced player next to Kubarsi. Kubarsi is only 19 years old. We need someone with experience, especially one between these three players. The ideal player would be Bastoni. Bastoni fits perfectly in our system. I don't know. It's cap. We all know it's cap. If Barcelona go for one of these two players or someone else who's not world class, then I know this club isn't serious. We need to go for Julian Alvarez, a world class center back, and then maybe Rashford. Then you can maybe put in Cancelo. We need this because we are so close to greatness. We are one or two good players from competing for the Champions League. One or two great players. Because last season we had the team. Leo was a world class striker last season. He was. And Inigo Martinez, he was a world class center back. And we could have won the Champions League last season. We could have. We choked it at Inter. We could have won it. This season, we didn't have a world class striker. Lewandowski was injured. He was on and off. Ferran Torres, he didn't play well until April. And you all know Ferran Torres isn't a world class striker. And then we had Jared Martin. Our team got worse. And it showed. Crashed out against Atleti. So we need a good center back. We need a good center back on the Inigo Martinez level, the world class level, and then we need a striker like Alvarez. I don't want to see João Pedro coming in for Barcelona. He's not experienced at all. He's had one season in the Champions League, and then you want to put him in Barcelona. Not good enough. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Just subscribe. It's free. I want to get to 500 subs, and yeah. Take care, guys.